Wow, we back. Live out your dreams, man. I ain't have too much to talk about tonight, so I'm gonna just go live and just react to what I usually do on the internet anyway. Before I have something to talk about, you know, I always talk about the sports or whatever. But let's just see what's going on. I'll go to World Star. I go to TikTok. I try not to go to the ground because there'd be so many distractions on that. But we on it now. You know, the Grand Theft Auto coming out. How y'all feel about that new Grand Theft Auto coming out? How y'all feel about that right now, man? Y'all want to look at some y'all want to look at some y'all want to look at some screenshots or whatever of the game? I'm gonna go look at some screenshots of the game. Let me go find out some. I'm gonna look up that later. Let me see what's going on in the entertainment world right now. Cardi B pregnant. Cardi B pregnant by this nigga. So it is what it is. I understand what it is, but Cardi B pregnant by this flaming punk. I hate to say it like that, but this is a flaming hot Cheeto man right here, man. Real talk. You feel me? Once these boys go to the league, they be feeling like whatever, it's whatever. And that's when they football game go down because they be so much worried about whatever this is, they're running routes. Messed up AB. AB was a bad boy. Look at this nigga. Bruh, you got to do better, fam. You got to do better, fam. But yeah, shout out to Cardi B getting pregnant by this dude. Okay, that looks better. There you go. That looks a lot better, bro. You like a man on this one. This shit crazy. Man, these boys so sweet nowadays, boy. I promise you they is. These boys so sweet nowadays, boy. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Yeah, I guess we can see what's up with the NBA, see what they got going on. But yeah, I'm gonna get to that Grand Theft Auto shit. World Stars on the tickety top, see what's going on the top. Thank him one, didn't he?
Like you, man, y'all get to a certain age and you still like them young. You like
yeah.
You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, yeah, right.
When you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Right? Okay, and with that, you gotta uphold a certain way because you can be old and sloppy.
You get one or the other.
Right.
Young and sloppy or old and in shape.
Exactly.
So I'm not even gonna deal with Shannon Sharp right now.
Why? Actually fight. Press other controls. You're a cheat.
Hey sis, meet me on the porch. At this point, I need everybody to meet me on the porch. I need the black women. I need the white women.
Talking about this?
And I need the black men.
Is we talking about this?
Some seriously real shit that I am utterly disturbed by, and I am just tired because I don't understand why there's this major attack on black women. So this video, if it goes into a part 2, not a problem. I'm about to ram it up. I was in the barbershop today, and it was a young black male come in there. He might have been between that 22 to 24 age group. Very handsome, very, very handsome. So I believe he's might have just been coming back from college or graduating or whatever the case may be, because they were happy to see him when he came in. So he sits down, and so they're just talking, what's going on, and he's giving an update. He's graduated, he's got an engineering degree. Oh my God, I'm over there on the proudness. I'm in the background, I don't know him, I'm just kind of sitting down listening to what he's saying. So the barber begins to get filled in on him. What's been going on, this and that. And he says, I'm coming back, I'm getting married. So everybody, like, great. And I'm so on the side being so nosy and over there like a proud auntie. I don't even know this young man, right? So they start to kind of converse amongst each other, and they're talking. And so the young man says, yeah, I'm having a little problem. It's a lot going on because I'm marrying a white woman. And my family, they're not too happy about it. So
is it how you use a cone? Don't bring it home.
The barber and everybody was like, oh, well, to each his own, and this, that, and the other. So the barber was just kind of speaking to him, and he said, hey, where'd you meet her? And he said, oh, I met her in college. And he was like, oh, okay, because back in the day you had all the girls. What made you decide that she was the one? Like, what made you want to marry?
First of all, her people got money.
Or the white woman. No disrespect. So what this young man said after that is what just literally took me out the game. As a Black woman, as a Black mom, in general. So he says that, he come from, of course, the hood and had a hard knock life, just with one mom and no dad, and that same shit. Like, don't nobody I hate the fact that is such a stereotype. We hate it too. But so he goes off to say that when he went to college, it was a college that was mixed, but more so of a white college. And he started, meeting up with white friends, and, they introduced him to another whole world that he didn't know existed, and the young girl, she became a friend and then introduced him to their family. And when he goes over there, they're all married. The parents is married, and they have a really good home, and they do things together and they communicate. It's just a good energy, a good vibe. And this man said, I never knew this side of life. My life was always loud and chaotic and always disruptive with my family. So the young man said, he would go over there and they would go on vacations. They would have Sunday dinners. When they had cookouts, there was no fussing, no fight, no arguing. It was just all love and vacations. I was thrown at what this young man was saying in regards to what he seen and what he witnessed being with this young lady and this new side of life. And so he said that, when he seen it, he started thinking about all of the chaos that his life was. It was always baby mama drama and fussing and fighting, and they'll get together as a family and it'll be a fight, and the drunk uncles, the drunk mamas, he was like, my aunt and uncles, they all on welfare and always scheming and always fussing and fighting, cussing, trying to hook up with this dude and that dude. And it's just all these Black women, just all that seemed like that's all I was raised up under. That's all I seen. That's all I know. And then I get to the white woman and it's different. And what he said after this is what really broke me. He said, it's like when I came home the last time, he said, and I was in my family's event, it was nothing but chaos. He said the women, they in house shoes and bonnets, they ghetto acting. He said, and I love them, but I don't love it. And he said, being with my white girlfriend, fiance, and her family, he said, you know what it's like? And this is what got me, ladies. He said, it's like if you're in a crowded room and you're surrounded by chaos and just everything is just chaotic and noisy and loud and disruptive, and you take some headphones and you put the headphones on and you can drown everything out, because when you put the headphones on, it's quiet and it's peace. He said, that's what my fiance is to me and her white family. That whiteness, he said, they're my headphones and they are my peace. He said, and then black women and my black side of the family, they are the noise. They are the chaos. They are the noise.
Shit, now she dropped a bomb on me today. Hold on, who is this? Let me go follow her, see what she talking about. Because she just said that. Oh, part 2. We got a part 2.
They are the chaos that was in his life. My bad, my video cut off. But, you know, he said, black women, they are the noise. They are the chaos that was in his life. And now he has put on the headphones and received that peace from his white fiance and her family, with all due respect. But my question is, why the hell are we always so targeted? We as black women are consistently here to protect everybody.
Nah, that ain't what we talking about though. You gotta hear what he said from the beginning. That ain't what we talking about though. I almost gave you a follow, but what he said from the beginning was right. I guess she was his piece, and his family was his noise. So I guess you gotta roll with it like that. You understand what I'm saying? However, though, you got to understand what the man was saying instead of just looking to bash like we targeting y'all. You wouldn't understand what he was saying.
Meet me on the porch.
Voting is not my issue to fight. I believe.
So what's your issue to fight?
My issue, I fight for young black men before they die. And that's what I do in my organization. I do teach them to vote, but I don't tell them that voting is going to be the be all end all.
No one says the be all the end all, but it's a part of it.
But you guys promote voting like it's just going to change like the system.
I would say I don't give a fuck about being in your backyard, but this ain't your backyard. So I advise you don't make the wrong move. That nigga that be in all.
Okay, so there's this movie that's probably like extremely influential to my entire political worldview, and I didn't realize it until last night because I got into Austin late. Usually my wife travels with me. She wasn't with me. Last night she's taking care of the kids today. So I get into the hotel room in Austin, and it's very late, and I watch this movie, Boys in the Hood. You ever seen Boys in the Hood?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. I watched that movie a ton when I was like 8, 9 years old, and I didn't realize how much that movie has had an influence on me until I watched it last night. Okay, so, all right, for Furious Styles, a lot of his stuff about not letting financial institutions buy up all the stuff in your communities. Obviously, he's talking about black people in LA and not, white people in, rural small town America. But I was like, oh, like that's maybe the first place that I ever heard this idea, where he talks about like the importance of fatherhood, the importance of especially young boys having a father in the home. It's like, I got that from Boys in the Hood, and obviously it spoke to me when I was a kid because I grew up at the time and I didn't have much of a relationship with my dad. And it's interesting, man. He makes this observation, math being racist. He's criticizing the SAT for being culturally biased, but then he says the only part that isn't culturally biased is the math. And it's like, oh, this is like a black nationalist in the mid 80s, because that's kind of the philosophy of this movie, is what you might call like old school black leftism. This movie in the 1980s is saying something that I wish a lot of white liberals would hear today, which is actually math is not racist. It's one, it's one of the things that's like not definitively not racist is math.
Open it. I need some outside advice on this situation because me and my wife currently aren't seeing eye to eye. My wife wants our son to apologize to her best friend's daughter because our son rejected her advances. She also wants our son to skip his date out of respect. And I personally think that's ridiculous. So for Bex,
Did you know you can
If you're short on
What pedicure are you gonna do?
Just a regular one.
Hey, this was the best show on TV
Yes.
at the time.
About back in the day. So they say I saw a video where somebody was saying that back in the days, if you was called black, then that was like a derogatory.
It was.
It was.
You couldn't call me black. You can call me Afro-American. You can call me nigger. You can call me Negro.
Right.
You couldn't call me color.
Right.
Because I said everybody got color.
Right.
So how you gonna call me? Cause I'm a human being.
Right.
And you address me as a human being. Because I'm
Right.
a child of the king.
Right.
I should tell them that. And I said, you're gonna address me accordingly.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't know.
I refuse to this day. I don't accept none of
Those terms.
No.
Right.
If they put it on my application, I refuse to put it up.
Yeah, I don't. I put Yamasi up there. I don't.
These niggas crazy.
I'm from the soil of this land.
Right.
And that's all I'm putting up.
Hey, real talk.
So the boots on the ground.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this.
I think y'all call her Miss Shirley.
Yeah, Miss Shirley.
Yeah, I think that's her name, Miss Shirley. The little girl, the little baby that do the boots on the ground dance.
Hold on though. Hold on though. Like I said, when it's a check to be made, everybody can't be saved. Now I'm just telling y'all like this: when it's a check to be made, everybody can't be saved, and you gotta respect it like this, bro.
First of all, stop calling that baby Miss Shirley, giving that baby that old ass name. And when are y'all gonna let this baby start being a 4-year-old? That's if she 4. I don't even know if she 4.
Yeah.
But child, this child is tired, okay?
Tired.
She tired.
She
And you
tired.
can tell the difference between the videos that when she first came out doing the boots on the ground dance versus now. She not even excited to do the dance no more. She just up there just doing it. Don't have no face expression. Before, when she first came out, she had the cutest little face expression, and we all thought it was just so cute. Now, child, we is tired. Okay, we tired. Like, wrap it up, mama. Okay, because this baby is tired. She ready to go to daycare. Okay, she ready to be a normal child like the rest of the kids. Drop her off at daycare and let her be a normal child. You know what? You know how when you was little, and your mama used to always fix you a certain type of food. Y'all used to eat that all the time, like noodles. I don't know nobody that didn't grow up eating noodles. Now, as an adult, you don't even like noodles no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this baby gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2 things that are true about Gary. He's packing. Yeah,
They're gonna be knocking.
Who cares? It ain't my problem no more. Let him. I want him to be happy, and he is really, really funny. You can ask me. Listen, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. If I don't want to answer, I'm gonna tell you I'm not answering it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, well, let's start here then.
Okay.
Now that you probably had some time to reflect and things have settled down a bit, do you feel a sense of responsibility or any guilt around your divorce in terms of what may have led Gary to filing?
No. This is what I think. I think people move in the direction that they want to move in. I think a person's cheating has nothing, like his cheating or whatever he was out there doing, they don't have nothing to do with me. That's on him, right?
I ain't got time for it. Hey, honey bun. Hey, I'm telling you, them girls on TikTok, damn, they'll be naked on this one.
So I want to bring awareness to something.
Girl, we already know it's law enforcement.
I'm a police officer. Been
We
a
know
cop
it's
for
right.
7 years. 5 years with my current agency, Cocoa Police Department. And I just want to bring awareness to the racism and the discrimination that goes on within the police department and within the community. Without being so long-winded, just to give you a brief overview. When I first started here, of course, I worked night shift, worked long hours. I didn't have any rank, so I started at the bottom. No one cared. No one cared about Officer Johnson. It wasn't until I went to the community engagement unit and I was assigned K9. The day that I was assigned K9 is when everything changed for me. I was racially attacked, slurs against me, false narratives about me, saying that I'm aggressive and I'm a rogue officer and I'm going to shoot people and that I'm untrained. And all these things started behind.
That's their favorite word to say about black people. Yeah, aggressive. Like, what?
Me getting K9, a position, being attacked verbally on social media, being followed around, having my photo photoshopped of me stealing money, photoshopped of just negative stuff, creating false narratives, all because they wanted my position. They wanted me to get fired, saying that I was aggressive and made threats. Now, this came from a particular family, but in true fashion, it was a white family. And their white friends and families came behind them full throttle without even knowing who I am. A great mom, a great daughter, an aunt, a cousin, full-time mom, full-time college student, great provider, great person. They looked past all that and said, you're not qualified. We don't want you to have K9. And that was over 3 years ago. In 2025, I'm still being targeted. Anybody else can do whatever. If Officer Johnson does anything, it's being highlighted. As you can see, I'm a canine officer. I'm home today because I had to take a mental health day for myself because of the constant harassment, the constant degrading, the constant humiliation from the same people. And you ask, what can be done? What can be done? Now, it's one thing when you have crooked cops out there and they're doing their things, because trust me, there's bad cops, there's bad lawyers, there's bad doctors. In any profession, you're going to find a bad apple, right? People want to highlight the crooked cops and the ones that just out there targeting and you know, harassing folks. But for the good officers like myself, that's out here to help. I've coached basketball. I've done, you know, graduations, community events, gave back. The ones that are doing good, when we get targeted, you don't hear anything. 5 years of being harassed, 5 years of having to overcome inequality still. We're still fighting the same fight we were fighting 50, 60, 100 years ago. We're not welcome. And when I say we, people with the brown skin like myself, I've been nothing but an outstanding officer, an outstanding citizen, outstanding mom. And I have to get on here and say stuff like this because we have a community that they will drag you through the mud because you're elevating. That's not right. And it's just so sad.
They do to us,
so
bro. They try to
me
break
that
us, bro.
There are some good police officers out here. Good.
What's the door going through right now? They
Did you
trying to
learn
break.
how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach? No. If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're gonna go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're gonna go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wives. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers because they are single. They're single mother. They're like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be so you don't need to depend on no man. Get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be,
So you let him in, good?
Right.
You let him in.
Boy, I'm
Get some money on. You feel me? So,
You got money at work. That's what the job for.
nah, that work money, that's slow.
Please tell me why I went on a date last night, me and my 8 kids, and the man left us at the table. Okay, so I had been talking to this man for a few months now, or whatever like that. He knew I had 8 kids. So last night he wanted to take me out on a date. So he was already at the restaurant and I was home, getting myself together. So he was like, where you at? I'm at the restaurant. So I was like, yeah, I'm home, getting me and my kids together. He did not say anything. We get to the restaurant. He then says, why did you bring your kids? So now I'm looking at him like, sir, why wouldn't I bring my kids?
Not only was Asia Wilson's Nike commercial so iconic, but there were so many Easter eggs. Here's some things that you may have missed in this insane commercial.
Wilson's on top, can't take her spot. She's a real one, true, always does what she'll do. Oh my goodness, this is a great feeling. She won MVP, 1, 2, and 3. Game is C. She made history, free. From the biggest rap. All buckets, no cap. They said she wasn't enough. So she did it for us. And if you talk she did that. Her drift's elite. It can't be me. She's like, one is clear.
5 or 10,000 saves, it now has 60. And if you think that those 60,000 plus people saving that post are doing it just because they want to go back and have a little laugh later, you're naive and sadly mistaken. One of the classes I took this semester of law school was an e-discovery class, and one of the things we covered was deep fakes. And I think some of y'all need to educate yourself on the types of things that can be created from even the shortest clip.
Ma, what's the most money you ever made in a year?
I'm trying not to tell Nick
This
shut
show,
the fuck
I
up.
don't even like to
So-
look at that show because
In this restaurant, a real nice restaurant
Out here.
Yeah, out here.
and bro, I don't even like this dude because Takeoff was my favorite. And this dude right here, bro, I don't like nothing about him, bro. And everybody used to love this dude. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be somebody. But I don't even like nothing about this dude. From what I see on the internet, maybe he do some good stuff, or maybe whoop-de-whoop or whoop-de-whoop. But from what I see, I don't like nothing about this dude. Y'all almost having a hurt Floyd Mayweather. Let's see what I'm talking about.
Vegas. Me, Floyd, Bob, Mayweather Sr., and Todd. These were the 5 people at this meeting. And, as we sit there, I saw a note being passed to, Floyd Mayweather. And one of the first things he asked me, what you give my son to sign it? So I'm like, yo, Mr. Mayweather, we're not here to talk business, but if Floyd give me permission, no, Daddy, we ain't here for that. We ain't here for that.
That's Floyd Jr. said.
Yeah, that's Floyd Jr. So bam, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're not here for that, right? So he come, somebody pass him the glasses. And
They passing Floyd Senior the glasses?
yeah, pass him the glasses, and he say, he seemed to like be getting angry. Man, I don't care if somebody put a bullet in the back of my head, something to that. And then he stood up, and started like, walking my way, right? And I'm sitting there in that meeting, I'm always kind of prepared and ready for, I just got him trained that way, right? So as I seen him, come my way, I say, Mr. Mayweather, sir, I say, you seem to be getting angry. I say, but I want you to know I can't take no punches.
Can't take no punches.
So that was my way of letting him know, I'm not a nice person to be, you think you finna tee off on, it ain't gonna go right. And Floyd, he overstood that, and Floyd stood up. Floyd like, no. And Floyd started taking his jacket off.
What Floyd gonna do?
Yeah, Floyd, and then squared up. I'm like, whoa.
He say Floyd got up, took his jacket off.
Yeah, Floyd.
Do something to Floyd Senior?
Well, he got up letting him know, my reading of it is you got to come through me. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm done, man. I don't even want to hear nothing more. I'm done for the night on this. Hopefully I come up with some topics or whatever, man, because this cool or whatever, but it is what it is, though, man. Make sure y'all like, y'all make sure y'all comment, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, and y'all get at me. I appreciate y'all.